Hello Collective. Well, thanks for joining me. We will definitely take that. I'm not even going to look at it. I've been pre-shuffling it, and the death card fell out, and I've put it back in. It's just done that, and I can't wait to see what that is. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm just preparing some cards for today's little reading. So I hope you're all doing well, and as you know, thank you for continuing to support my channel, and welcome to those who are new. So I'm just doing this little spread. I've not done this layout or combination before, and whatever my guides tell me to lay it wherever, and I just go with it. It works, and the cards that go together. But I just done this a little bit ago just as a trial for myself. They showed me where to place them, but I'd done it on myself, and it was so clear and everything that I was so excited. I wanted to do one for you. So so here we are. Hopefully it comes out just as clear for you as well. Look, you've got 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, so that is amazing. Really good one to have. So the 10 of Pentacles is financial stability, and even if you are currently not in a situation where you're feeling very abundant, what it's letting you know is just because it's the Pentacles, it doesn't have to mean the finances. It's also representing your manifesting mind. So you've got to be coming from a place of financial stability and linking into that energy rather than the place of lack. Yes, that may be an obvious statement for some, but it certainly isn't for all, and it is harder to do than it is to just say, oh yeah, remember to do that. It's not, especially as well when you're really in that situation. You know, it's all well and good praying to the heavens and asking for manifest that, but when it's really coming on top, sometimes that is all you can do. But the real trick is to literally have faith. That's why it kills me seeing people trying to tear people's faith down, whatever it may be. But it's that stability, it's that grounding, it's that knowing that whatever your situation is right now, that you know that it's not going to be staying like that. You may not have the means or the ways or whatever it is at that current point in time, but your soul, your spirit, your drive, your essence, your curiosity, the fingers in every pie, or try whatever, or putting yourself out there in front of opportunities, doing something, you know that you're not going to be staying in the position that you're in, and you're going to do everything you can step by step, slowly, to change your situation, your circumstances, if that's how you're finding yourself. And for those that you are further moved along and you are seeing finances coming in and you get into a position of financially stable, then you've got that, at least you've got that vision of how it feels, and you've got something more tangible that you can lock into that feeling and that essence when you're coming from a place of hardship, whether it's been that way or it's just a temporary blip or whatever. If you've just found yourself in it, whatever it may be, it's harder to grasp onto that energy because this one's so raw. So it's just about that, doing anything, and knowing as well that when you release the fear of having no finances, or just that pocket moment, you allow and create that space for your spirit team to bring something forward. So remember, it's not always in the form of physical hard cash. It could be anything that just gets you through that day, that night, or into the next day. Don't worry about the next day, because they're just helping you for today. Tomorrow's tomorrow, in that sense, with our worldly timings and stuff. So and it will come forward. So you've just got to it's kind of like the worst test ever, because you really do have to believe and trust in them. And that's why situations get squeezed the way that they do, because they're trying to just pop that last little lesson or something, or just connect that little bridge, something. It's just a final bit, but they may need to just gently push you into an uncomfortable situation or position, so that your choice, or the better choice of what your options are, is just to hand it over and let them do their thing, and then you will be surprised. So, but it takes practice, and it depends. If you're in a situation but you know you've got something else coming in, then you're not going to be in so much of a pushed position to hand everything over and trust there. But it's different levels of for everybody, so you know your situation better. But yeah, that's what it's saying. More about your mental security, your mental strength, your mental stability. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles. So already with the Ten of Pentacles, we're coming back down to where the situation is. If you look as well, they're just showing me that this is almost like the that it's the crown chakra. Looks nothing like the crown chakra, but they're showing the colours and the way that it was positioned. We've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, see, they just keep it simple. Say what you see, and you're probably going to get it right. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse behind our Ten of Pentacles. So there's something about your mindset that you may find it easier thinking of small, regular, little chunks or amounts, rather than one big pentacle and all of that. Maybe there could be too many blocks in the way of, oh, well, that's not going to happen, or how's that going to happen, or what. Whereas all the little pentacles, if they're coming in either daily or sporadically or whatever, then you may be able to mentally accept it as a real possibility that could be, compared to a big chunk of money or something like that. Something about the way that you're processing how you see the money. And that's why the pentacle was in reverse. You will be getting that as well. It's an opportunity, and maybe as well it is connecting to particular opportunities are out of your reach because of a financial situation or something's not very stable. So we've got here the Two of Pentacles. So whatever this represents for you, it's showing here that not only are you moving money around, so you're also being taught a new relationship with your finances for some of you, and for others as well, or the same. It's changing, so changing the mindset, your relationship with how you view money, whether it goes through the fingers like water, or whether you're just holding on so tight to every penny you're in fear of not getting any more. That's also an energetic block. You've got to trust that and using your discernment, especially at the time that we're looking through all the stuff we do with these readings lately. But we're getting it. We know about just handing everything over and giving it away. No one's saying that, oh, don't give to charity or don't do something from the heart. Do what you want, give what you want, and that's on you. But when people are trying to open your eyes and alert you to something, don't dismiss it. At least hear it out, and that's all that we've done. So, but this, going back to you guys collective, it's showing that not only changing the mindset, that you're learning that money skill, so you don't have to have millions in the bank or be rolling in it or whatever it is to be comfortable or on your way. More this message is for. What it's showing you is sometimes things have to get reduced right down, because as you know, there's a lot of living above our means, or there's a lot of paying for subscriptions that we don't even friggin' watch, or different bits like that, that we know that if we were getting round to it, we would probably cancel it, but we don't. Well, this is why when you're moving to a different level with your spirit guides, they just want to kind of do a little sweep back round through the basics, because if you can't manage your finances, let's say, or if you have a particular viewpoint about receiving money or giving money, whatever it may be, whatever form it presents itself, that then whatever that they've got planned, and don't forget, many of us are way showers, so we need to be pushing forward, because we're going to be positioned in a an industry, a place, a location, a partnership. It's all different things that's needed. This is another reason as well about people getting all hung up on the flash. There's other things that's going on that's where I question with my guys. Well, how can that be a thing if they're talking about doomsday and everything's shutting down and it's all going to be rubbish and that's it done? Whereas the things that I get shown, yeah, it might not be a whole new earth just yet, but it is things that if you can enjoy the beauty in the simple things in life, then these are things that you're going to get, like job satisfaction, or you're not needing to earn as much. So it's, I'd rather take a pay cut than be earning more in a job I literally can't stand the people, or I can't stand going to work. That feeling of getting up, as some people have done, that they get up, it's like, I really, really, really do not want to have to go into that place today. So it's things like that, that if you had like a little bit of a less pay, which again, the fine tuning would be, well, maybe you needed more because you worked further away, whereas now something's going to shift and you'll be working close to home, or not as many days, or something like that. It's like swings and roundabouts, like the Two of Pentacles. Something's shifting, something's changing, but it's to do with finances. So it's getting into that financial flow, learning to have better money management, which goes back to the relationship, because whatever you're moving forward to do for those that are the way showers, and then there's some that aren't, but they're still in with the plans that have got to be done. It's just there's other things that's needed from them. So you go forward, way shows, and then you're positioned. Don't forget, everything as well is leading by example. It's not that you're telling people do this, do that, and so on. It's about you're creating a new world, a new future, new earth, let's say. But how can you be creating that and imagining or what do you want? What do you want to connect with? So you've got to create it here. Creating it here and then dreaming about it, and so not this longing, like I said in the other video. It's when you can kind of get into the flow of it. And obviously it's hard to do when there's a struggle going on, but something's got to get the ball in motion. So it's hand it over to your guides, trust in them, but take action when they show you an opportunity, or get your ass out of the house so that you're mixing with people so that you can have a conversation. Someone can suggest something, blah, blah, it knocks on from there. So with the way showers being placed in, like I said, like relationship or a job or a business or whatever it's going to be, it will match with what you're wanting. That's why you've got to do what you can to release that no longer serves you. So then it creates a bit of space. Not that you're trying to fill a void with something else. You just need to create that space. And so it's also changing the energy, the mindset. So what they're saying is there's a lot that don't realize that you may have had struggles in the earlier times of your life, or you could have had it and lost it, or whatever it may be, but you've already signed on your soul contract that it doesn't matter about having money when you were younger or having some, losing it. That bit you can cope with. You're not fussed of having the money then. But what you did agree to was whatever I'm calling in, like previous lives or karmic, whatever way you want to view it, there's things that are for you, that's your manifestations, your creations that you just haven't cashed in yet, because there's something on your mindset that is blocking that makes you feel that it's not okay to receive, or it's all about the giving, or do you know, it's something, you know what side you're coming with all of that bit. So with that, you then keep all of things that are meant for you are just sat there. So this is where your spirit team will just push you to the brink that little bit more, just to rejog something, not to put you in distress, not to put you out on the street, not to, it's whatever you're going to need in that situation, because they're building trust with you. As much as people speak to their spirit guides, or they say they do, or they're feeling them around, or they're getting little bits of signs but they're not sure of what, they're always there trying to like mime something to you, or like trying to keep drawing your attention to something. If you keep looking at something, you know that's them trying to think. You don't know what they're getting you to look at. It's down for you to try and figure it out, work it out, but it's keeping an open mind. They can drop things in to remind you or give you a memory or whatever, and then it stems from there. It is a bit painstaking sometimes, and that's why they need you to also have a strong trust of your own instincts, your own intuition, because then a lot of the communication isn't wrapped up in you having to test them or work out if you've got it right, or was that the answer, and all of that stuff. So you can cut a lot out with that. So what I'm trying to build up and get to is some are going to be positioned in a place where either you may be around a lot of money, or you may be building something to give back to the community, or things like that, or being with someone and you having, or they don't, and you helping them by you leading by example to change that mindset of where you were with your relationship with money. So again, you can switch it to someone's got, someone hasn't, and vice versa, whatever. And so they just need to adjust that, because the blessings that's coming in to support you and to see you through to the end of your days. You've signed a contract of a checkout time, so it's until then you've already agreed, yeah, in my later years I'm gonna I don't know, fucking have a windfall, or I bought some shares when I was 18 and I found a whatever, and now they're worth everything type thing. Or doesn't even have to be that monstrous of money, but it'll be something that represents this, the financial stability, which is the Ten of Pentacles. Is that making sense? Because it felt a bit all over the place. So you've got your Two of Pentacles, so you're juggling finances, moving it about, but you're being fine-tuned to have a skill, being resourceful, whereas before you may have let it go through your fingers. Whatever they give you to experience, it tightens that up. You learn to respect the value of whatever your currency may be. So it's things like that. But know that it's because you're being prepared to move into somewhere where they don't want you to be rejecting it, or no, I can't take that, or yeah, just you take it, just, you know, it's got to be that exchange. It's got to be that knowing as well if it's something that's being done in the community, because there's I'm like literally seeing like you get them wherever, but I'm being shown building allotments, but it is a community, like a, I don't know what it would be then, because it doesn't feel like a council, or I don't know what you have in other countries, if it's, you've got your governments or whatever you've got, but this feels like it's like run by the locals, but it's you know, some houses, you can have houses and then in the middle they've got a green for the kids are all playing on it, blah, blah, blah. It's something like that. It's, yeah, it's council grounds, but for some reason, or whether it's something coming in, I don't know. But it's like all of that grass patch. Yes, the kids need somewhere to play, whatever, but and not what... not whatever. They can be creative and find somewhere to play, or leave them a little patch, something. But it's more to do with the allotment for the community, and that's what I'm being shown. So there's someone that they need to have their creativity fired up and on all cylinders. They need to be buying the material or doing that, or there's like the organizer or something, you know. You might not even be into blooming growing vegetables and stuff like that. You may be, or you may not, but you may be good at project managing or something like that. It's going to be different for everybody. It's to do with a stability moving forward. So that's also another thing of why they don't want you to be sat here today worrying about tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. Of course you're gonna have, like, you want to have a plan, but then it gets caught up as well because you're trying to prepare for the future, but your situation's leaving your hands tied that you can't. So you're in a predicament. You're in that loop with the Two of Pentacles, robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of energy. Whereas this Two of Pentacles is an indecision, because you're supposed to be working as a team. Your spirit team, your spirit guides, they're here to help you. They're not here to live your life or do it for you or give you the answers all the time. They're here to make you exercise that muscle and get it thinking outside of the box, like they're saying, outside of your comfort zone. You're not going to think of creative ideas outside of the box if all you're doing is the same environment, same people, same TV show, same dinners. You know, something's got to mix the energy up. So it's this indecision as well holds people back. It's just choose something, because the reality is it doesn't actually matter, because you're getting to this point anyway. You could get there 5 years early, 5 years late. It doesn't matter. The matter is of you forming that alliance, that working relationship with your spirit guides, that you can hear them, you can do that, you're trusting them, and then they can absolutely make life a lot easier for you. So it's things like that. That's what they can do, because they're guiding you. They're not telling you, oh, take that shortcut and go round the back and go in the green door and you're good to go. That's not what it's about. That, like a reality game show thing, isn't it? Like the team building ones and all of that. You've got to learn, how do you communicate? Someone's on a radio, someone's blindfolded. It's like that type thing. I know you get it. So you're always going to get to that bit, but they've got to just fine tune or sand down the edges, or something like that. It's generally, it's things that we think we know. So when you get caught in that like 8 of Swords predicament, then you start struggling, thinking, oh, I should be able to think of something, or what am I going to do, or how can I, and it will get shut down, because it's not about you having to know the answers of where you're going to be in a month, what you're going to be doing, or how you're going to bring it forward to this position. They will hold you still, which it's frustrating. That's the Hangman card. It's like when you see that, you can know that it's the universal spirit, that they've placed you on pause, is how I generally see it. Yes, it's about taking a higher perspective, but they're the ones that are blocking your way forward, because you're missing something. So there's no point you rushing off to the end place, because what's the point of being there if you haven't even got the basics in check? You might only be needing one little adjustment and then you're good to go. It's things like that, but it still needs to lock in to build a firm foundation. So everything takes time. Don't worry about divine timing. Wow, it takes time, but it's fine-tuned, and it will support you, and it makes life easier as you go along. You've had to get to a certain age, say, oh, could have taught me this when I was younger. Well, maybe you didn't listen back then, because a lot of people don't. People don't believe in spirit guides. They don't realise how much they are around us, or what they're there for, or what they can and can't do, or they then overuse them of do this, tell me that, what's that, Google, Alexa, and all of the rest of it. They ain't there for that. They will make you work your ass off to get the answer, because they're trying to exercise and reawaken your abilities. There's no point them just handing it to you. You've got to know how to use it, and a lot of the times you don't really squeeze yourself to access that extra bit unless you're in a tight squeeze or a predicament. So again, they're not here to fuck your life up or put you through stress and strain and struggle. That bit's on you. You've got the tools, you've got the mental capacity to get out of anything that you need. That's why they say you're not stuck, you're just overthinking it. It's more simple than that. And then it goes swords. So you wouldn't have learnt it when you were younger, because you may have needed other things to be in alignment for the age that you are now. ready to see something a different way, or you may have had to have gone through your life younger years to now as an adult appreciate living off the land, or seeing it from a different way, or something like that. It's your life experience is everything, but now's the time for you to start enjoying it. But by the time people, and I know I'm going on a bit, sorry, but it's by the time you get to this stage, people are so beat down, they're so worn down, they're so fucking doom and gloom that there's nothing. It's like, I've just done all of that. I can't be coping another like 20, 30, 40, even 50 years of that same stuff. Look at the whole everything's gone to pot. Don't worry about it. It's like, if you... Yeah, I mean, I've got to be obviously careful when I'm wording things about early transitions and checkout points and stuff, you know. It's like, you're thinking that way when things are hopeless, when it's feeling lonely, or nothing's going to change, or I don't know what to change to. It's like that hopelessness, and everyone understands when people are like that, and everyone goes through it. It is part of the emotions, but it's the difference, isn't it, of being able to be optimistic. That's why you've got to be careful with the people that you're around, that they don't bash it out of you. The more that you start climbing, get yourself up, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, you are highlighting to someone that sits on their ass of what they're not doing, you know. So it's easier for them to pull on your coattail, get you to sit down. Pull on your coattail? What the fuck were you wearing? A pianist outfit with the two tail bits. So, but you know, it's like pulling on your coat for you to sit back down in the couch, and then you're all comfy. It's like, oh, I can't be bothered. Oh, well, do you need to? And then it's like you're talked out of it, you know, and that's another day wasted. You got to get re-motivated again. So it's decide what you want. It's change your environment. When it's just same, then yeah, it's numbing. We've got here the Six of Wands. So whatever you're doing with that Two of Pentacles, you're really getting into the flow, the energetic flow, but you're also, you're at that early stages, or you're recognizing, you're understanding the penny is literally dropping of how the universe is working for you, what your spirit guides are there to do. And it's like, you're with that Two of Pentacles, you're literally putting the basics back into back in motion. But because you're older, you see life differently, and from a different higher perspective, the Hanged person, that you're now able to say, oh my God, I've had that tool in my tool bag, my magician's kit, all this time, never knew what it was for. I didn't know I could even use it. It's like, oh yeah, you could use it all the time, but now you know what's what and how it works and where it benefits you, what people to not bother being up around. Because if you're as well a person that's like always giving, and don't worry about giving to me, I've got to give to you because there's some kind of thing of whatever, or vice versa, or whatever the situation to do with the money block or relationship with it was, you're coming from a good place, but they need you to, it's duality, they need you to see and experience the other side as well, because it's that exchange. Can't just be a giver all the time. You need to understand and learn how to receive. People get happy by giving, as you may well know, or it's people love to receive something, you know. It's that. It's about giving and not feeling a particular way, receiving, not feeling a particular way. there's a difference between using, taking advantage and all of that. Well, isn't that, you at this age, you know who those people are. And or it doesn't take long for you to do a test and know. Whatever it is, you're getting it. You're getting the formula. And so you've got the Six of Wands, which is celebrating goals, targets, achievements, being acknowledged for the work, the effort you've put in, or whatever it is you're doing, or even the, oh, I always would feel uncomfortable if someone paid a compliment, or if I paid a compliment, or something like that. It's doing something different. But that Six of Wands is your spirit guides, like, finally, we bloody got through. We were telling them all the time, pick that up, it's in your toolkit. It will work. And so it's that. So they really do celebrate. They do love it when, if you can imagine that they're walking around. This is how I've always laughed about it with them. It's like, if you can imagine, they are with you all your life, even if you can't see them because they're invisible. But some people don't ever wake up to them, so they've blessed them, have assigned themselves to you, dedicated their life. They've been people in life, in previous lives, so they know how the earth works with trials, tribulations. So they're realistic with who you are, how you handle things, and how the world works. And they've got a little bit access to the behind the scenes knowledge, but they're not like a grand fucking master. You're not paired up with a grand master. You're paired up like for like. You're both learning. So your spirit guide needs to learn how to communicate with you as well as you do with them, and then you grow and evolve together. So you're both celebrating. When you do well, it means they've done well as well, and they're always being assessed also. So it's again an exchange. So that's that celebration. You may get some kind of a random blessing or something out of the blue, just to kind of lock that energy in and say, look, it's when you trust the process, that's what comes out. Look, 10 of Cups. That could be, like I was just saying, the blessing of whatever it is. Even if we're saying the Six of Wands is a recognition, or you might have passed a higher learning course, or anything, it's anything that's that Six of Wands is something that you're doing different, that you've put the work and the effort in, and it warrants recognition, whether it's by yourself, giving yourself a pat on the back, whether it's an acknowledgement of your spirit guides, or people are acknowledging the work you've done or something. It won't have come easy. It's not got to be a struggle. Life has not got to constantly be a struggle, and that's the bit that people seem to forget. It's like, if it's not killing me, hurting me, making me cry or exhausted and pet, then it's not happening, it's not real, it's not the fit. That is, no, it's not. Don't take shortcuts, because you're fine-tuning something, you're crafting something, you're building. That's why they're called master builders, because everything goes into it. It's craftsmanship. It takes a minute. So that celebration, you're given something, but by the time you get to, like here with the 10 of Cups, your mindset's already in there. So here you've got all of the individual cups, because you kind of like it that way, that it's broken down. It's not like a Ace of Cups, like the Ace of Pentacles is just like one big drink you've got to get down. It's like you've got little shot glasses, or you've just got little individual cups to to take it as and when you choose to show them, share them, or do whatever you want. But where they're in that line, you're now kind of getting into the place where you probably could handle a whole cup of love, you know. It's stability with your emotions, because you've just mastered with that Six of Wands something that was very, very testing on your emotional stability, your emotional strength, being able to be resilient, being able to keep your composure, being able to be strong enough to know you may have been in a depression, or you have been, or you've come out of it, or whatever it is, but you're the one that's pulled your ass up and out of it. You're the one getting up every day and moving forward, even if you're waking up every day and you're still in bed for most of the day, but your brain is trying to rack your brain of, how do I get further? It's every day's not wasted. So it's like, get up, change, whatever. It's, you need to work with your guides so they can put you, someone cross your path, or put you in a position that you can receive a blessing or an opportunity. All stuff that you're already calling in, because you've been sat there in whatever way and literally calling it in. You've just got to get up and go and collect it, receive it, recognize it, or receive it. Seven of Pentacles, see, everything that's coming out for you, it's showing you already your pathway. That Seven of Pentacles already, when you're put in that Seven of Pentacles, which is about investing, planting that seed, the Two of Pentacles, you're planting the seeds, and then you've got to wait a minute in scarce times or hardship or whatever, and then you've got to wait for the conditions for it to grow. Sitting there waiting for it to grow, it's not going to do anything, but you're already in the flow that you're moving forward. You are trusting that's coming in a minute, just let me park it there. So with that Seven of Pentacles, it's, what are you investing your energy and your time in? Are you sat on the telephone chatting shit to someone and you get nothing out of the call, or it doesn't serve you in any way, or what are you? So you're giving that energy away, you're giving that time away, you're giving your wisdom, your insight, your thing, but yet nothing comes back. And it's not about every time you give something or did you need to get something back. That's not what we're saying, and you're past the point that we've got to really spell that bit out. But you should know the difference between someone siphoning from you. There's got to be a giving back without conditions. That's the thing. So yeah, it's like, oh, you owe me. Well, no, I fucking don't. There you go. And you're not going to be blocked from ascending from saying that, because you're standing your ground. It's an exchange. You're treating others how you expect to be treated, how you expect and deserve to be treated. So is that happening if someone's siphoning off of you, whatever it is? Sometimes it's dressed up that, oh, you've only given me a little bit of that. Well, that's all I've got, and it comes from the heart. It's enough. Or you make sure you don't forget them when you're in a position, because a lot of people do that, but that gets capped as well. So you've got your Seven of Pentacles. What are you investing your time, your money, your energy, your thoughts in? Because if it's not helping you grow, or you're trying to get out of this situation and you can't jump to here because you're giving to someone that's just sucking it all in to benefit themselves in some way, You know, it's not making sense, not at this time, because you absolutely need to conserve the energy, everything that you've got. That's why the messages that these readings are saying is trying to help people to recognize selflessness isn't selfish. It's not being selfish. You can't be a fucking running tap all day, all night. You're going to dry out, burn out, and you'll be back frazzled again. And it takes a lot more to bounce back from that when you're not in the flow. Other people don't give a shit about that. It's not them that's getting burnt out. If you're giving because that's the way you've always been, people are going to take, and they'll have something to say when you stop. So what's your value and worth for you? What are you doing for your future self? Because that's who's calling you in and calling you forward. It's like, you've got to come and see this. We've had this waiting for you, or you've created this. You just need to get here and see it. It's going to blow your mind, type thing, in a good way. So that's why they're always calling you forward. So you reap what you sow. If you don't put no effort in, then you're still getting what you want, because you clearly can't give a shit, or you're not bothered, or it doesn't really mean so much. But when you do put the work in, you get the Six of Wands rewarded, and that job satisfaction or that achievement that you've done it because you put it in. Not that you've got to break your back and all the rest of it. And then you've got your Ten of Cups and then the Two of Pentacles, because it's always exchanging, isn't it? It's not robbing Peter to pay Paul anymore, but it's like, and now being in a position you can put a little tiny bit or as much as you want. If you used to the skills of living on bare minimum, then whatever you get, you could be putting more away. I know there's all the controversy or whatever about banks. I don't know, I'm not into it, don't follow it, but you get what I'm trying to say as an example. Put it fucking in a sock, in your shoe, or wherever you want to place it, you know. Do something with it. But it's about that, if you're able to live on nothing, because that's the conditions you were in, you had to make the most of it, but you were still able to have a smile on your face, put a smile on someone else's face, and just be optimistic, because you know, this isn't my reality. This is just a pit stop to where I'm heading. And that's not being delusional, because you know you're going to move your ass and get yourself there. Not waiting for it to knock your door and land on your lap. You've got to get yourself there. And that's another thing that people seem to forget. They think, oh, I've got blessings coming on, my spirit guides are going to do this and do that. They're just going to give it to... No, they will make you work your ass off for everything. But it's in a good way. So we've got our emotions, emotional security. You've got yourself. You don't need saving. And that's another mistake. People feel that they're here to fix people or save people. No, don't insult the intelligence of yourself. Don't need saving. If anyone's going to save anyone, you're saving them, isn't it? It's like, you're the survivor, you're the way shower, you're the one that's just been through all that shit. So you're very capable to save yourself. And that's where you need to be stepping more in your power and being empowered. And that's what your guides will do as well, because whatever that was represents to you, it's something that forced you to tap back into memory, recollection of a time when you were strong, a time when you knew that you wouldn't just sit down and take something, that you would go on, or a time when you were younger and you had a dream that you was going to do something, be something, or whatever. And here you are now with a chance that you've got a complete clear slate, which is another reason why people get to a certain position in life and then they lose everything, is because they're meant to. It's like, wipe that, it doesn't matter, you're about to begin the new chapter. That's why you see people get in midlife crisis and things like that, because everything shifts, their whole reality changes, and then they're set free to rewrite that whole blank canvas. What do you want to do? I don't know what I want to do. What do you like? I don't know what I like. Well, why the fuck not? What have you been doing all your life? What, you don't know what you don't like, or what you do like, or what? How can you be an adult and still not be able to make decisions? That's why you've got to go back round the basics, just to check. Yeah, on point, move forward. Then you have changed your perspective, you've empowered yourself, because you can see your strength, your resilience, that looking back, that achievement. That's why it's important to praise yourself, recognize how far you've come, not just how far away from your goal you've still got to go and be. Yeah, look, Ace of Wands. So that is your creative expression. It's the fire in your belly. It's the confidence to move forward. It's your stuff. It's your one half of a pair. So the Two of Wands they're just showing me is a pair, it's a decision. And yeah, it's showing you've made a decision. You're confident with the choice that you've made. You feel confident to push it forward. You don't know if it's going to work, fail, or whatever, but you're not about that now. You just know, I need to move my ass and get going. So that's why it's exciting. It's exciting moving forward. So again, as well, with that mindset, whatever your situation may be where you find yourself currently, it may not be the idealized version, but that's because you're not understanding what's going on with you, your guides, and the fine tuning that's happened, because it's coming so naturally, because they're using your environment around you, and it's the playground, isn't it? It's the learning kitchen, or it's the playground apparatus and all stuff like that. It's learning to enjoy what you're doing, whatever it is. Something comes and it knocks on from there. And it's contagious as well. All right, so they've just said to take that because I wanted that there, but I wanted to leave our Ten of Pentacles because it's going quite well with our little story, isn't it? Get you with your life all on display like this. But it's nice to see, and that's why I really wanted to do this reading for you, so you could see it's just simple. I know it seems like it's probably going to go on again for ages, but I don't care. You can pause me and come back to me later. So we've got here the Lovers. Doesn't necessarily have to mean romantic relationship, but again, it is telling you something is going on in regards to making a decision. So it's open in the sense of, you know, your situation. If you're currently single, is it a decision to, now that you're getting things in the mindset and changed, you're moving into that, you're more empowered, you know your strength, you know that you're here not to be fixed or saved or whatever, but you're able to go it alone, but not getting caught up in I don't need anybody and all of that. So the Lovers is, are you going towards someone, or are you coming away from someone? So it's just kind of opened like that. Or you can apply it to work if you're already in a marriage or committed or something like that, or you've just absolutely had a gutful of relationships and it's like, no, I've made the choice to move forward on my own. I mean, even with that, you've got to be careful, because if you're not meant to be on your own, you can say what you want to say, but they will put someone on your pathway. Obviously not forcing you to get with someone, not talking about that, but they will be irresistible in the sense of your energy will blend and match, that they may not be a lover, but they end up being a close confidant or companion or someone at your workplace. It'd be like, our lives are different, or do whatever it, but coming to work and you being here makes my heart happy. That type of energy, it's, you say, oh, soulmates or whatever, it's everyone's soulmates. It's just the conditions haven't been set up that they've had that experience. I mean, most people get on with most people when you think about it. We can all be an asshole. Some are more skilled than others. Yeah. Just put that there for a moment, because I didn't have these. Oh, right, yeah, I had different ones here, but I wanted to do those as well. No, I didn't. Look, I'm ruining it for you. I want to leave these till last. That's why they're there. I wanted these ones because they went well with that. Let me know how you're liking this one. Press like and subscribe. Let me know. So we have, with the Lovers and whatever decision you are making, we've got Dancer of Beginnings. See, you're already in that energetic flow and it's being picked up on a higher level. You're embodying it because you're doing the dance with the universe, the Two of Pentacles, the energetic flow. Dance of Beginnings. The Lovers is making a choice, coming away, going to. It's something new, something different. It's chasing whatever it needs to be. It's not chasing, it's just coming into contact to. You're calling it in. It's just being shown as well. For some, it could be like somebody approaching that was meant to be a partner for you, but during the time of them getting to you, something could have happened to you that then it's like, no, I'm done, I'm not ready, or whatever. And then so whatever the circle, it then changes that it's not a partnership they're coming forward for. It's whatever you're going to need at that time to help spur you on your journey moving forward. They could end up being like a business partner or something like that, yeah. These are the... All right, we'll put that there. I was trying to see what... trying to remember when I put my spread, but it was another one of these here. But it's different cards. So, yeah, I was kind of glad I didn't get these time ones out on that last reading because that could have caused a bit more of an uproar. So we've got a timing card, later than you think. So yeah, it's even like when I was saying as the example of when we put that pressure on of like, when I'm this age, I'm going to do this, or I'll be there, or that's going to look like that. Yeah, we can put little marker pinpoints in and we've got something to work towards. As long as you're doing it, you don't beat yourself up for not getting it or whatever, and you're still recognizing the hard work that you've got halfway to that point, or when you've reached it, things like that. It's being fair with yourself. So later than you think, you could have had a timeline and then reached that timeline like 3 years later than you was expecting to. But it's okay, because all of the stuff that you've done here was needed for you to stay stuck or there, or something was going on that you needed to be there for what you're then moving away from. So once you leave whatever this represents for you, you're not going back to it in this lifetime, because it's like once you see, you can't unsee. It's that type of thing, but in a practical, physical doing sense. It's a lot of mental stuff as well. That's why you've got to be able to keep your protect your mind. Hunter of gifts, later than you think. So it's that again, like I'm saying, oh, I could have got those blooming abilities, those gifts and communication back when I was in my 20s. Well, you weren't ready there, or was you responsible enough, or was it there, or there was a lot of things that needed to click into place. And so here is later than you think, and now your gifts are clicking in. Some people have got to a certain point in their life and they're believing that they don't have their gifts or abilities. So they're seeing people that do things like, oh, everyone else can do that, but I don't know. Well, you've got your own version of, and it's about exploring what that is. The only way you're going to be able to explore what your little niche or your thing is by getting out and doing lots of different things. You could be playing tennis and to go with me here is what I'm being shown. You could be playing tennis and like all of that. Hey, that looked like fencing or something like that, but they're showing they're like and then do fucking light language or something. I don't know how you'd get to that. I don't think I would buy your download if it sounded like that, but still, it's like things come forward creatively by accident, an accidental masterpiece. It's stuff like that. It's when you're in a no pressure situation. That's why you're always encouraged to do something. It doesn't need to be so serious or whatever. It's serious because of the circumstance and wanting to do well, or wishing the best for your life. But your future self already knows that you're wishing for a better life. So work with it. You've just got to get there. Or there's someone brought to you that you go together. It's not always about being on your own. So hunter of gifts, later than you think. Feel like all right, when you let go. So later than you think and when you let go is the when it starts. Rubbing it into you here. Stop obsessing first. When you let go, and then the gifts will come forward, but it will be later than you think. So yeah, catching you unexpectedly unawares. Yeah. Hunter of dreams is at the bottom of the deck. Oh yeah, we're still going. Look. this is the other thing as well about the environment that you're in. When things, and I'm not meaning if you've got like a busy family home and all of the rest of it, but if there's no need to have the drama and chaos around you, then the selflessness card is a handy one to use, because you've just got to be able to get away from all of that static in order to find your settle point and then build from there, because it's knowing how to detect the change in whatever. And especially if you've been through something that was mentally exhausting and rough and whatever, to come back, you've got to ease yourself into it. But again, it's being careful that you're not making yourself feel or believe that you're a little fragile something, because you're not. You're built much stronger than that. So we've got Page of Pentacles, which goes nicely with the Ace of Wands that you've had about moving forward. So it's the Page of Pentacles is the opportunity that we were saying, an opportunity to stay or go or do something completely different, head a different way, but you're given the green light to go and choose something, do something. So it's exploring what am I into, and there. But it's not about putting pressure on yourself to have to know, or I need to make a certain amount of money. As long as you've got the foundation right, then the rest will come. We've got the King of Wands, could be yourself or could be someone you're connected to, could be connected with a job or work situation. My candle, what are you doing? No, no, no. So it's having the confidence, like the wand's there, the staff is there in the hand. So again, whatever you've been through, whether you're masculine or feminine, it's just whatever card we can use to go with it. But the wand is the same as what's being held. It's the creative buds, the creative expression, and yeah, contained with the ideas, fresh starts, new beginnings. But it was always yours. It was always meant to come into your hand, just like we're seeing with that pentacle. The Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. We've got here the Ten of Wands in reverse. So again, now what you've seen is you were like that for a very long time, even maybe didn't like people. Some of you, it's like, let me just carry this so I can't see anyone's fucking face. And I haven't got to catch the eye of anyone, or I can just nip in and out, or it's doing that. It's like, oh, I'm all right, I can carry it all, don't you worry. Things like that. It's being a martyr, it's being a people pleaser, because of not knowing how not to be. But you don't get any extra brownie points from being a people pleaser, not like you're led to believe when you first get into doing it, and then next thing you know you're stuck because you've been love bombed at a particular time of, oh, do you mind? Oh, thanks. Oh, can you do? Oh, God. Oh, you're really, and just blowing smoke out because they just want to manipulate you to get you to keep doing shit, siphoning off. But you get stuck in a loop, because if you're someone that's a doer and a giver all the time, then you are a valuable commodity. Whether someone places value on your life and what you bring to the table, even if you bring nothing financially, you're bringing you're bringing your optimism, you're bringing your creative thinking and expression. You know, it counts for something, because hook up with somebody that's got none of that and see how fucking dull and boring it is. See how much energy you've got to give out to lift them up and hold them so that you can just both have a laugh together. It's a lot. If you've got someone that can't be asked to, Seven of Pentacles, invest and give anything in, then the sooner you wake up to what that feels like, looks like, and all the rest of it. That's why the duality, you need to experience both sides of the coin to be able to shut it down in the future. Because when you get to this bit, the way showing, there's no one knowing really where to go. You just got to keep chopping through the whatevers. It's you're needing every energy that you can. If you can't tell people no without feeling guilty, then it's something to look at. So with that 10 of Wands, you've been used to being under pressure. Some people work better under pressure. Some people tell themselves they work better under pressure, but you're just trying to break a cycle and a habit. So in order to get out of that, so I mean, for some it is like a prolonged, you've been in there for too long, but the way that I'm being shown it is that it's the just changing that to a different stance. It's what are you hiding from? What are you avoiding? You're past that point, because when you start getting thoughts like that in your head, oh, I don't want to face anyone, that your spirit guides be, we haven't just got you all through here and you've done that, we celebrated, you've got all of that, and that was worse than what this is, and now you're going back to there, and they will place you on pause again. Clearly you need to have a higher perspective, think about something, meditate, chat to us, what the hell's going on, what you doing? Why are you making it so hard for yourself? And then it's like, well, I suppose, da 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 da. And again, more Wands. There's something about communicating. So some of you might be shy, to be fair. Or you don't know what to say. Or you're good one-on-one, but you're not good with groups of people. So you kind of hide to the back. You may be better online with, we've seen that, better online with different accounts than in person. Not making you like, oh, catfish, blah, blah, blah. It's just some people can express themselves better in writing. And then we've got the King of Swords. So you're going from that, which is the thinking about it, talking about it, but avoiding actually really doing anything. So you could be getting tired at this bit, or it could just be symbolizing the personality, masculine or feminine, or that a need to be more mindful of people that you're up around that are going to put you in a 10 of Wands or keep loading everything onto you. But whatever it is, you're transitioning to this King of Swords. The King of Swords is perceptive, because they've at an age, or they've got the experience that they can draw on. They know people, they know those, or whatever it is that was your lesson that's individual to you. No one needs saving the King of Swords or the Queen of Swords. They've got it all. They're happy for people to come in and come close, but they've got this. They're enjoying this. It's part of the process. But that's the giving back as well, isn't it? You're able to see something from a higher perspective. Every time you say you see yourself doing one thing, and then it's like what was that? One thing, one fun, keep moving. With the keep doing one thing, and then they move you, say you've got to get out your comfort zone. It's because you're doing the one thing, and they need you to flip it and then you experience it from that. That's why they're saying don't keep judging people. You don't know till the shoe's on the other foot. And a lot of what I'm seeing as well is that all of the things, maybe for those that were into all of this sort of stuff a while back or years ago or whenever, it's the things that you're told about the astral realm or the spirit plane, and what now it is, you're able to see it is playing out down here. You've got your narcissistic demons and stuff like that, to keep away from them. You know that you're not leaving yourself vulnerable, otherwise you're going to have them swarming up around you because you're an easy target, or you're easy to siphon off, things like that. Like the angelic realm, that people that make you feel really good in their company or about yourself, without it being false, like just like an inflated ego, or a false sense of self. They're being real with you. If somebody can't be straight with you, that's why it's like, oh yeah, they're a bit harsh or a bit blunt, but at least you know where you stand. That's what we're trying to move forward into. We're all coming from places no one trusts anyone, and there may be times that we're never going to trust people fully, because you don't know. It's like you might be able to be honest, but the likelihood of meeting someone that's as another you, or honest like you, or loyal like you, or a healer or helper, or whatever you are, whatever's your signature personal makes you lovely, whatever you've got, then to meet another version of that also doesn't want anything from you, but is happy they can do the exchange, or they can take, they can give, they can be any way that it needs to be, because it's unconditional. It's not well, only if you, or I'll do that if you let me, or if I give you that, can I take that type of rubbish. It's a bit more free. It's not so restricted. You're not thinking about it so much, because you're turning your back on that no longer serves you, which is shit company, shit people, things like that. And then you're reduced down with a handful, 1 or 2 friends. The further on you go, that you can say, oh, I do trust, or you might still not trust anyone. It's different. You could go for a pocket that you feel you've cut everyone off, but your spirit guides know that you still need people, and something could happen and you find yourself, you've just landed like brand new people. Oh, I don't want to meet brand new people. Well, that you're not in the mindset to make that call. Try it, experience it, and then turn your back and walk away if you don't like it. But you will be trying it to experience it, because the higher self spirit team know that that's exactly what you need right now. It's one of them, oh, I wasn't going to come out, but I'm glad I did type feeling. So the King of Swords becomes a little bit more laser focused on how things are going to be. Let me take some of these and give you a bit of a rest. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I really have for you. Yeah, I've never done it before. I don't know when I'll do it again. Just whatever comes forward, we do it. All right, so yeah, I suppose you're just, obviously, you know where you're at with your journey. And I'm just going to take one of these. Okay, so we have got, you're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. Way shower. And that's definitely as well the energy of King of Wands, King and Queen of Wands. Okay. find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. See what I'm saying? They're telling you to lighten up. You're avoiding everything, making it hard work, making it serious, but they're like, it's killing us watching you be like that. There's so much excitement out there if you just let us guide you to where the fun's at. And then we've got, no one said this whole life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. And that's perfect with what we were saying, isn't it? There is no time limit on it. Yeah, we're in a place where we've got clocks, we need to be somewhere and so, but it's whether you're jumping to the tune of the rat race or whether you've created your own running race or whatever it's going to be. You know, you're going at your own pace because it's your race or something like that. Okay, collector. Oh, just do this. Yay. Number 10. Don't settle for less. It had to be, didn't it? Perfect. We've got, you are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. So on that note, beautiful collective, thank you so much for watching and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.